Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you are having an incredible day. I will tell you, tonight was all about me being determined to show up. I made a commitment to myself to show up and honor this next retreat experience by showing up to tell you what went well and what was so incredible about the last one so that you can have some idea of what to expect the next time. But today was a press for me. I promise that the hour that we lost feels like I have lost 15 hours. I feel like I have been playing catch up all day long. And my determination was that I wanted to go live before the clock struck 9 p.m. And I was able to achieve that. I was at the Y, I was in the steam room, and I was like, I have got to go. Now, I love the steam room, not the sauna. I love the steam room. But I rushed through all of that because I wanted to get here and honor my commitment to show up strong for all of the women who invested in being at the retreat, to tell our experience so that you can have some perspective and know what you can anticipate when we go to Cabo this fall. Now, here's the thing I do want to say. Every VIP retreat will be different. I look for inspiration on what I need to show up and do for who God is drawing into each of those experiences. What I want you to take from the things that are being shared is not looking forward for it to be a replica in terms of experience, but I'm trying to give you insight into the degree of excellence and quality that this experience exudes. I want to whet your appetite on next level experiences because I believe we should vacation on the next level. And so what I am excited about when I think about Cabo is I get a chance to take all of y'all to my favorite place, my favorite destination, my favorite resort. I know that they're going to take incredible care of us when we get there. And I want to encourage you to be a part of this experience. Now, if you joined my live on yesterday, you had a chance to hear me talk about Zakira. I did a spotlight on Zakira, and today I have another spotlight to do. I want to do a spotlight featuring Carol. Now, I can't say Carol's name the way that she says it. She's from the Bahamas, and so she's got like this extra drawl with it from the Caribbean. So I can't say Carol. I tried to say it all weekend long, but my little country slang just won't, or my country twang, I should say, just won't let me be great. So I don't know if Carol's going to see this, but no, I know I'm not saying it the Caribbean way. But in any case, I want to honor you. I want to celebrate you. I want to spotlight you tonight as I talk about watching you being your coach for this weekend experience. Now, Carol, she hails from the Bahamas. Yes, Carol traveled to Charlotte, North Carolina to be with me for the VIP retreat from the Bahamas. And I will tell you, one of the things that stuck out to me right away with Carol was when she said, Denise rode with me in the car to run errands, and now I'm in the room with her. So what she was talking about is she is a listener of the podcast. And for the time that she spent in her car going different places about the island, she would listen to the podcast. And so I was her car mate on those podcast episodes. And for her to invest in herself, make travel arrangements to get here, and really prioritize being with me, it was just my pleasure to be her success coach for the weekend and to really see what God was doing in her life. And so I am just elated. When people are traveling in and investing their money, you know that God is inspiring them to get in the room. And I am so excited that He allows me to sit in that seat with people who trust me and know that I can show up in integrity to serve them well. And so, Carol, I want to thank you for allowing me to be your success coach during the course of the VIP retreat. Now, I have to say, Watching Carol's journey over the course of the weekend was pretty incredible. And here is why. In Carol's mind, she thought she was showing up to address one specific area. Now, I'm not going to go into details because I believe certain things should be kept in private, but she came in thinking that, she was showing up to get help in one specific area. Like she was locked and loaded on that area and just completely convinced that her time in connection with me would be tied to that one specific thing. And I can relate to that because I have shown up in environments thinking I was showing up for one reason. And then it got later revealed, not through a dupe or not through a misleading, but it got revealed that my purpose was something different. You see, I can remember one particular ministry that I showed up to. I actually sat in the back of the sanctuary and I really didn't engage with a lot of people because I was in heavy leadership role in the church that I came from. And so I just wanted to be a member. I didn't want any responsibility. I did not want any attention. I didn't even want people to know who I was. So I sat in the back and I kept to myself. I came in and I left out. But it wasn't soon after attending for a few weeks that the pastor walked over to me and said, "Hey, I need to meet with you." And he had an assignment that God had divinely told him I was the person for. And I went on to do some incredible things leading ministry teams at that church. I say all that to say sometimes when we get into certain environments, God has a completely different agenda for why we are there and what we're going to experience. And that is a little bit of what happened to Carol. She showed up open, available, and ready for one specific area. But as soon as we got through the very first exercise, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what that exercise is. As soon as we got through the very first exercise that was a part of the enrichment part of services or the enrichment experience, she knew loud and clear that God was calling her to address something else. And the interesting thing about this something else, it was not something she wanted to do. It was not an area that she wanted to focus on. If she had to choose between a million, she wouldn't have chose that one. But God said that was what was necessary, and that is what was standing in the way of her being able to move forward. This particular exercise that I feel like I got divine inspiration on how to put it together is all about doing a life assessment. Now, sometimes when we hear that, and it's a term that's used very broadly in different ways, and there's a lot of tools that are out there, but I was inspired to create this tool in a way that it would just lock you right in on what was needful for you now, what was the priority for you now, what you needed to give your attention to. And there were 4 different ways that we kind of sliced and diced it so that you could hone in on what was important. We focused on what was important to you. We focused on your joy around it. We focused on your urgency, and we focused on your satisfaction. And we took all of those things together through a very targeted process to really bring to light for you what was the thing that you needed to do in order to accelerate success that would feel good to you and that would be based on your own terms. And so I'm really excited about that tool because that's something that I could definitely carry forward as I work with more and more clients. Back to Carol. When we got through with that exercise, you could see that she had almost seen a ghost, if I could describe it that way. And it wasn't that she was discouraged, but it was that it came back to her what she had been trying to ignore up until that point. And she had to make a very defining decision for herself on what she was going to do now that it was very clear, right? Because the clarity you get from that exercise, it makes it extremely clear as to what's important for you. And once she got that clarity, once Carol got that clarity, she had to make a choice. Now, we had a day full of activity, and this was an assignment that we kicked off the day with, and we had a number of other activities that we went through, but I could see Carol sitting there wrestling with this, processing this, and really trying to make sure she could lean into it and really give up her will so that she could do the thing and remove the thing that was standing in the way of her success. And I think the most powerful thing for me, after we got through everything, I went around the room individually with each of the women in the room. All of them were so committed to doing the work. And that's the thing I think that blew me away. No one was trying to half step. No one was trying to act as if they weren't in it to win it. They all were showing up to do the work. And so, as I categorically went around the room and asked each of them what was required of them now in order to get the thing that was necessary, the success that they wanted, I can tell you Carol's response was probably the most vulnerable and authentic response I had ever thought I would hear. She said, "What's required of me is my yes." Now, what's powerful about that statement is she recognized the responsibility that was on her. It wasn't displaced on anyone else in the room, not even me. It wasn't even displaced on God. It was squarely on her shoulders to make a decision as to whether or not she was going to give her yes. I love the fact that clarity of what was needed as her best next step came. And I will tell you, I marvel right now because I believe that Carol loves God enough to say yes to him and to herself. You see, at times, for me, because I make space for my faith to come and be a part of this process. So at times when we are there, I've got to let God do the God thing. I can't pressure that because, see, he has a vantage point that I can't ask enough questions about. He has a vantage point that I can't see beyond the surface about. He is all knowing. And it was clear to me that he was dealing with her and winning her over to say yes to what was necessary for her in her success. And I love that I can give space to my faith. I can give space to my God. I can allow him to be an integral part of how I serve and show up. Yes, I want to develop leaders. Yes, I want women to have success. Yes, I know all of the tools that is going to make that happen. But the supernatural aspect of having God on our side, I am going to tell you, hands down, it gives us the advantage. And so I love the fact that I had a chance to be a part of Carol's journey. I love the fact that she trusted me to travel all the way from the Bahamas. I love the fact that she trusted God every step of the way to make resources available for her to be there. And I will tell you, I was thinking about her testimony, one that she has openly shared. When she signed up, she didn't know where all of it was going to come from. But every step of the way, what she needed was provided. And that is what I'll say to you. If you can sense that God is telling you that this is a move that you need to make and participate in, stop worrying about step 5 when you are still on step 1. What's required of you today is to take the best next step towards what you believe he is encouraging and inspiring you to do. I am convinced that there are a number of women that this retreat opportunity is being specifically curated for. The downloads of what needs to happen in this experience are coming so clear to me, and everything is going to be mapped out with great excellence, great intentionality, and the experience is going to be top notch. But what's required is for you to recognize if God is telling you this is the opportunity for you. And so let me tell you a little bit about the opportunity so that you can begin to ask him for yourself. Ask him if this experience is one that is going to help you be able to accelerate your success. Now, as with anything, as we do these things, we learn more about our mission, about our assignment, and about our call. And as I sat in the midst of all of these incredible women, there is something that became even more crystal clear to me about how I am to show up and drive success forward for women. I absolutely know how to accelerate success. I know how to get you in rooms, how to get you promoted. I know how to help you make a powerful impact. I know how to help you do all of the things that is going to get you to increase levels. That's critically important. The only way we can drive change within institutions is if we can get into decision-making seats. And decision-making means you are responsible for opportunities and for resources. And when you have that responsibility, you can begin to give those opportunities and resources to people who look like you so that we can show up stronger. I know that mission. That mission is absolutely ingrained in everything that I am. I believe that people who look like me need to be in more leadership roles. But the second thing that became even more enlightening to me as I sat amidst Carol and all of the other women is that I also have a mandate to help women understand that they can have success on their own terms and they can reimagine it, whether it's a new title, a new role, a new discipline, a new industry, or even if it's just redefining it so that the family makeup that you get to experience is one that resonates with you. I know what it takes to transition and reimagine. And that clarity came from, for me personally, by doing this retreat. So as I look forward to the things that I know I'm going to be encouraged to do, it is absolutely going to be around accelerating success, but it's also going to be around how do you reimagine success so that it resonates with you, so that it's on your own terms, so that you can pivot and shift in a way that feels right to you. That you don't have to continue to sacrifice your own desires so that you could achieve something that looks good to everyone else. That message was so powerful and strong for everyone in the room. It's the yes that Carol had to give. You see, if she wants to get to the success that she desires and the success that she imagines, why, she's going to have to say yes. Yes to herself. Now, I want to invite you on such a powerful journey as well. The international VIP retreat is open, but the spots are limited. Another thing that I learned is that it makes a difference when you feel me. And the only way you can feel me is for you to not be a face in the crowd, for you to not be a number in the room. You feel me by having the opportunity to engage directly with me in a setting where we can be common with one another. And so the cap on attendance is 12. That's the max I'm willing to take. I am preparing for 12 people to participate in this retreat experience. And so, if that is something that sounds like it resonates with you, if you're in a position where you're ready to have success on your own terms, if you're in a position where you're ready to accelerate in a way that feels right for you, if you're in a position where you're ready to pivot, this is the season of making the pivot shifts and moves that feel right to us. For some people, that's next level. And for some people, that's something new. It is time for you to define success on your own terms. And this event is going to be a big part of helping women to truly prioritize themselves, the success that they earnestly desire, as well as their happiness in a way that ensures they are happy, helpful, and healthy. Those things are key. Finding the harmony between all of that is important because at the center of all of that is you. And so I want to invite you to be a part of the VIP retreat that I am going to be hosting in September in Cabo San Lucas. You can access the website at www.vipretreat.live. There is an incredible deal going on right now. And the reason why I keep showing up day after day is because I don't want anyone to miss the opportunity to take advantage of this payment plan that allows you to attend for 50% off. Now, many of us know that when payment plans are involved, there's interest, there's charges, but I am not applying any of that right now. Straight 50% off, just like you paid in full, you can get access to the payment plan. So let me show you this little video, and then I'll tell you more about those details.
In thinking of the next retreat, I first had to ask myself, what do I love? Well, it's no secret, I love to travel. And when I do, beautiful destinations are a must. I also love empowering women, so it's only natural for me to want you to experience the best. This is why I selected my absolute favorite destination to be our next. Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Picture this, an exclusive sanctuary at the luxurious Hacienda Encantado Resort, where you'll grant yourself permission to thrive in every aspect of your life, career, business, and faith. From September 19th to the 22nd, you'll immerse yourself in the transformative experiences that each of my retreats offer. And the best part is single occupancy rooms are included. Now, don't miss this rare opportunity to escape the daily grind and embrace a tailor-made experience. Cabo promises to be amazing, and I can't wait. Join me for a VIP retreat experience that will transcend the ordinary and propel you into a realm of self-discovery, success, and relaxation. This is my personal invitation for women who are ready to experience breathtaking Cabo to join me for the Prioritize Professional You VIP Retreat International this fall. Pack your bags, mark your calendar, and get ready for an unforgettable VIP retreat and getaway. Reserve your spot for the VIP Retreat International with me in Cabo because you deserve it.
I'm steady talking and I'm not even on the stage. So I will tell you, I am really, really excited. Every time I watch that, I get more and more encouraged. And so I want to invite you to go and check out the details for yourself. We have designed this to not just be a retreat, but to also incorporate additional days so that you can have a getaway experience. I don't want you to go all the way to Cabo and not have the opportunity to enjoy what all of the buzz is about. That is the number one tourist destination. If you haven't been, you need to experience it. And if you haven't been with me, then you need to experience it with me. When I think about the VIP retreats, these times really aren't a girls trip type of vibe. These times are really about creating a safe place for you to really just grant yourself permission to focus on you. The reason why I said prioritize you is because oftentimes when we look at our list of things to do, we don't even find ourselves in the top 5. We are busy doing things for other people, and it's time that we really begin to make sure we add ourselves to our own top 5. And so this retreat is an opportunity for you to step away from the daily grind and really begin to enhance every facet of you. And here's the one thing that I think is really important to say. Oftentimes, as high achieving women, we show up for everyone else. We pour out faithfully. We give tirelessly. We show up so often on fumes because we are so busy pouring out. What I love is that these spaces are a time where we pour into you. We don't have the expectation that you'll lead. We don't have the expectation that you'll drive. We have things figured out because we want to take care of you so that you can focus on you. We all need those environments that pour into us. And this is a very powerful environment that is being curated and inspired by God Himself as He lays out exactly how we need to show up and serve you during this time. What I loved about the past weekend when I served all the women is they were relentless in making a demand on me. I made myself available to serve. So I showed up to take the reins so that they could focus on being content with themselves. So this is a time where you can begin to just step away from the grind and focus on you. And one of the things I am so excited about, because after coordinating so many group trips, people want their own room. And so this experience includes your accommodations, and there is no roommate. Single occupancy accommodations are included. All of the retreat is included. All of the accommodations are included. And on top of that, there's extra days where you get to be relaxed and get away. Now, this experience will allow you to check in on Tuesday. The retreat starts on Thursday, and everyone checks out on Monday. So it's an ample time for you to enjoy the area. And as I said earlier, there's only 12 spots. I'm only opening up 12 spots. So be sure to take advantage of joining us in Cabo in September. I have listed out so many details on all the things that are included in this retreat. 2 that I want to highlight is a massage and an incredible night on the town to celebrate at the end. This retreat is bar none one of the best things that you can invest in when it comes to you. Now, the cost of the retreat is $3,999, but like I said, it is 50% off right now. It's 50% off whether you do the payment plan or you pay in full. And that payment plan option is on the clock. Take advantage. Don't worry about step 5. Focus on step 1. Make the down payment, secure your spot, And then the monthly payments of $300 are far less than the down payment. And you just need to stay in lockstep with that and only make your payments through the next few months. Secure your spot to participate and be a part. Now, I do want to say this. I have been going live for the last few days telling you all about the retreat experience because I want you to know all of the detail and preparation that goes into this. If you have missed any of them, they are available on my YouTube channel. If you go to @Denise_Taylor Live on YouTube, you click on the live tab, all of the videos are there. I started at day 1 and I cover each day in detail so that you can understand how powerful the experiences were. And now I'm highlighting the experience, at least from my standpoint, of all of the women. And today I talked about Carol. I want to invite you to be a part of what we're doing. And the last thing I'll say is Facebook is my playground. So I always show up stronger on Facebook. So if you're not following me on Facebook, you can follow at Denise.Taylor.921 and you can get even more of the inside scoop of what all took place at the retreat, from the planning, from the team, from the participants, from the attendees. Everything is there. I love sharing because it was a significant win, not just only in my life, but also in the lives of those who supported it, took part, and attended. So I invite you to follow me so that you can learn more. All right, that's all I got for tonight. And I'll be back on tomorrow. I'm going to catch up on this hour. So that I am not running on fumes, because right now your girl is on fumes. I am going to relax and I'll see you tomorrow.